Thank you all so much for coming.
You know, last year was crazy for all of us.
So we wanted to get up here and perform a little song. Celebrate 2023.
Take it away, Johnny. In January, Pedro Pascal took the stage. The Last of Us tale set the fans ablaze. A spy balloon lurked in February's breeze, while Rihanna rocked the Super Bowl with ease. UFOs appeared, a cosmic fright. February's mysteries lit up the night. Eras tour began, in March did it start. That musical journey captured every heart. Canada burned, red sky in March. Wildfire's fury, the earth was parched. Mario jumped onto the silver screen. April's delight, a fantastical dream.
Man, this year was exhausting. Can we take a break?
Not yet, Travis.
May brought a king's coronation, a royal death and a grand celebration. Writers and actors took to the street, striking for months their demands to meet. AI and Chat GPT so fine, all year long writing essays in no time.
No time.
Spider-Man swung in June's embrace. Across the Spider-Verse, a canon event takes place. Beyonce's rhythm echoed all year round. A melodic queen, forever renowned. Submerged voyage, billionaires beneath the sea. Colleen Ballinger's June mishap apology.
You mean to tell me we're only halfway done?
That's right, Kai.
Barbenheimer premiered in July's heat. A lively dance on the bustling streets. Twitter mourned the death in July's glow. A digital departure, social media's bow. Lizzo and her dancers, a lawsuit ensued. August brought strife, a legal interlude. Taylor and Travis, a saga unfolds. From August's dawn, the end it holds. Trump's march, an August surprise. The fall of power seen through justice eyes. A Roman Empire in September's glow. The store come back, stealing the show. Hey, Travis, how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
Well, all the time, Kai.
Back to it. FNAF movie spooked in October's night. A horror tale that sent shivers with delight. Charged lemonade, a deadly twist.
Oh no!
October's flavor, a tale not to be missed. Saltburn whispered in November's ear.
Ooh, ah.
A tale of secrets not meant to be clear. Gypsy Rose released December's cheer. A twist in the tale, the end drawing near. Congress scandals, a tape unfurled. December's secrets shaking up the world. While George Santos had to surrender.
Leave it down.
December's story is one to remember. Now, should we finish this off strong?
You bet!
Through melodies and rhythms the year did unfold.
A symphony of moments both new and old. Jazzing through time, the events did play. The musical journey a 2023 display. So here's the recap in a melodic trance. A year of tales, a global dance. Jazzing through facts without being sly. A lyrical journey under the 2023 sky.
Happy New Year! Thank God.
I'm Susan, and welcome back to the Transcript. This week, we learned about the library's silent auction, investigate budget cuts at NHS, and Hallway Hot Takes asks people what their ins and outs are for 2024.
On Tuesday, South Africa submitted an 84-page legal document alleging that Israel's military campaign in Gaza amounts to genocide. The case was submitted to the International Court of Justice, which claims that Israel is in violation of the Genocide Convention. In other news, Acme Surplus Store in Thorns will be closing on January 7th due to the unfortunate loss of its co-founder to cancer. Starting January 1st, Pioneer Valley Transit Authority will be offering free transit on weekends until May, as well as free transit for students under 18 after 3 p.m. I'm Ellie Hirnandani, and thanks for watching.
NHS Library held a fundraiser to raise money for their library redesign project. They hope to raise money for new furniture through a silent auction. Today, we take a look at the silent auction and the redesign project.
The auction is a capstone project that senior Lucy Broaddus did to raise money for new furniture in the library. The library is a big, wide open space, and currently the tables are, for the most part, really big and really heavy, and they're not really conducive to small group work or individual work or people getting sort of a break on their own. The auction raised a good amount of money, around $2,000, but the project definitely needs more money, and one of the highest priorities is to get new shelving, because the tall shelves that are holding the nonfiction collection right now were moved into the library when it became the library as opposed to the gym. So that's a high priority, but it's also extremely expensive. So that's the next goal.
The current furniture in the library, I noticed that it appeared a few weeks ago, and it did, and I never really got the chance to use it, but from what I can tell, it's just pretty normal. I mean, the stools that spin are a little strange, but I wouldn't say it was necessary, but I would say it's an improvement and gives more space for students to work in the library and for a variety of options for people who might not want the normal chairs.
Updated furniture is super important to a productive and safe space for students and staff in the library. I think a big thing is with the outdated kind of heavier furniture, it's less adaptable to different needs. And so if we are trying to move the library around for individual work or a class project or a speaker, it's really hard to easily do that with our current furniture setup. Well, the main improvements that are needed, obviously the furniture is a fun, great part of the fundraising, but the main things that are needed are shelving. Our current shelving systems are just not adaptable and not useful in the organization that Rochelle Garfinkel, our librarian, wants to use. And so the shelving is right now a #1 priority, though we will not be using the money from the auction for that, just we did not fundraise enough. But that is definitely a top priority.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to sign up for the library for Flex. See you next week.
A nearly $5 million budget deficit was discovered within Northampton Public Schools. This means that several teachers, counselors, and other staff at NHS and other NPS schools are at risk of losing their jobs. This could potentially lead to students having access to less resources as well as electives, as well as bigger class sizes. We spoke to teachers of NHS, Principal Worley, and Superintendent Bonner to get more info on this deficit and the district's plan to combat it.
My understanding in my time here, and from what I hear from more seasoned teachers, is that every year there's a budgetary concern of a varying amount. At the last minute, money will be found, and the budgetary problems will be eased until they come up exactly a year later. So there's this annual process of all teachers in the district feeling stressed, frustrated. And this year, with the extreme amount of almost $5 million, there are teachers in every school that may or may not lose jobs unless money comes out of somewhere, which may happen. At this point in our school, at NHS, we may lose four full-time employees. We typically overspend. There's some things coming out of pandemic spending and some federal money that we had that we no longer have, that I'm not sure if it was well anticipated or anticipated at all. But there are some differences coming out of pandemic that do make this school year's budget a unique situation.
So to address the budget gap, the superintendent and school and district leaders will make proposals, but it's really the purview of the school committee ultimately to decide how to fill that gap. And really, there's two ways to fill a gap. One is additional revenue. The other way is to cut. And at this point, there isn't a lot of places to look to reduce costs other than staff. So what that probably means is reducing the number of teachers, paraeducators, other positions to reduce costs. And for the high school, that's really challenging.
As superintendent, all I can do is recommend, but it is up to the school committee to approve and finalize. And so I can make recommendations based upon what is given to me through the principals, the department heads, and even the union in terms of their suggestions of how we can go about making some reductions. Right away, those recommendations of reductions, we looked at what is going to be least impactful for students, looking at trying to maintain programs that we know that are effective, trying to maintain classroom staff in a way that is manageable, looking at enrollment. And so you will find that we've reduced some of our staffing for classrooms because our enrollment is declining. Everything that we have pretty much is bare bones in our district, and so when it comes to looking at reductions, all we have is our workforce. We don't have anywhere else to cut. So we look at what is going to be least impactful on students. And so that's one way that we use to make those recommended cuts.
Northampton Public Schools' exact method to combat this deficit has yet to be determined. Thank you for watching and see you next week.
Welcome to Hallway Hot Takes, where we roam the NHS halls and ask the questions that you are dying to know. 2024 has just begun, and the new year is a chance to refresh and restart your life. Around this time, it is common for people to have habits and goals that they want to bring into the new year, as well as some they want to leave behind. This has recently become known as the ins and outs for the new year. This week, we asked students and faculty what some of their ins and outs are for 2024. Let's hit the halls. What are your ins and outs for 2024?
I would say out is when men who are celebrities just wear a really boring suit to red carpets and stuff like that, because I hate when they do that. In is coming to the student-produced play that I directed.
And out is not going to Ada's student-produced play.
Yay!
What is an in for 2024?
Okay, an in, maximalist jewelry, and pondering, and just sitting and thinking.
What's an out for 2024?
An out would be situationships, and situationships. That's an out for me. Men, that's an out.
Okay, what are some of your ins and outs for 2024?
Definitely the ins need to be studying for tests. End of semester's coming. We need that. Outs is definitely procrastination. Can't do any more of that. Need to do it. Need to get her done. Outs, Crocs to school.
To be honest.
So, okay, let's start with my ins. My ins are communication.
Ins include cap and gown, for sure.
Being okay with disagreeing.
Vitamin C.
Saying no to people.
Jelly cats.
I would say saying hi to random people. That's really fun.
And fishing.
The color orange. So first out is judging.
Outs include rotting on my phone.
Being fake.
Infected piercings.
Piggyback rides and wearing and people picking you up. That's a major out.
Ew. Common colds and standard-based grading.
I'm going to say camo is in and everything else is definitely out.
Swimming is in, track is out.
Yes! Yes!
For me, anyway, reading is in, or art stuff is in. I'm trying to get more into literature and stuff like that.
What are some of your ins and outs for 2024?
Gaming.
In or out?
Out.
Gaming is out.
Yeah.
Like a G6 by Far East Mountain is in.
Like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly. Like a G6.
Thanks for watching and Happy New Year.
Y'all ready for this?
For nearly 80 years, Northampton and Amherst have held a lasting rivalry between their high school sports teams. This past Friday, Northampton and Amherst basketball teams battled it out in their annual sports game known as the Battle of the Bridges.
The name Battle of the Bridges has just always been, it's just always been a rivalry, and it's always just been, since I was a freshman, it's always been a thing, and yeah, as long as I can remember.
Our record against Amherst all time, I couldn't tell you, but when I'm playing against Amherst at Mullins Center, we're 2-1. This is the first year we lost. Pretty tough out, but it was a good environment. It was a pretty good game overall, and hopefully it was fun to watch.
Rivalries are always great to have, especially in high school athletics. There's some really great town rivalries in this area, whether you think East Longmeadow, Longmeadow, Chicopee, Comp, of course, Northampton, Amherst. Towns that are right next to each other, athletes that grow up playing against those teams throughout. It always makes for a great atmosphere for the fans. You always get, more turnout, more fans for the games. There's just a heightened sense of energy. And, a lot of times, especially with us in Amherst, in the Battle of the Bridge, there's a lot of bragging rights on the line. And I think it makes high school sports really exciting when you have those natural rivalries.
I think this year we're a lot more versatile and we moved the ball better. To prior years, we shot a lot more three-pointers, and this year we're taller and I think we're more athletic. And yeah, we just moved the ball a lot better than we have in the past few years. I think that comes from just being one of the players that didn't get the ball. Everyone on our team has never really been that guy on a team. And this year, I feel like we all play off of each other really well. And yeah, it just makes us a lot better team on offense and defense, just relying on each other.
It felt great to win the Battle of the Bridge. It's just such a competitive rivalry, and it felt great to finally beat them after 3 years of trying. So it definitely was awesome.
This year, the boys team lost to Amherst with the score being 54-63, and the girls team won with the score being 69-40. Happy holidays and thank you for watching Hamped Up.
Thanks so much for watching. Senior capstone projects will be taking place for the next 2 weeks. If you would like to attend, get a ticket in the library and make sure to sign up ahead of time using the link found in the daily bulletin.
We're talking about the transcript. You're talking about the transcript.
Because we weren't filming. Right.
Are you filming? Yeah.